Welcome to Bride and Joy. My name is Amanda Costa-Thompson and I am a destination wedding planner. I'm super excited to have you here today because I'm sharing all my tips on how you can stop overthinking when it comes to your wedding planning. Especially when you're planning a wedding, there are 1,000 things to think about. If you have a wedding planner or if you don't, it really doesn't matter because you're still making choices and you're moving into things that you haven't even thought about before. If you tell me, oh, Amanda, I would love to have bridesmaids sleeping there, and I can go, okay, does that mean bridesmaids with their partners or does it mean just them? Oh, yeah, that's right. So it's simple things like that that can have you overthinking. It can also be, I don't know which wedding ring I want. I don't know if which stone I want. I don't know if I want stones on my ring. It can be dress choices. You're in between two different dresses. There are 1,000 things to think about when it comes to your wedding planning. So I just wanted to go through a couple of things and a couple of ways that you can hopefully stop overthinking. So you're moving forward with your wedding planning and you're way closer to planning that best day coming. So first of all, break down your decision making into manageable steps. We have a free checklist that you can download. Feel free to download it down below. But when it comes to making decisions, try and tackle it one thing at a time. If I throw at you that you have to choose your venue, that you have to choose the supplies, if you have to choose your design all at the same time, it's going to drive you absolutely mad. So don't do that to yourself. Take one topic at a time. There might be that you're cooking and then suddenly you come up with things. Just note it down, move it along to another day. Don't necessarily take it now because you're thinking about it now and you're scared of moving away from it or forgetting it. Try and write it down and then you can come back to that thought at a later time when you're more into that type of subject than you might be at the moment. And when it comes to making these choices, try and prioritize things that matter most. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, it all comes down to you making choices in things you love that become and are part of your personality. Of course, you can make choices with having some new ideas, maybe something you haven't done before. Maybe you always have orange flowers for a wedding table and now you wanted to have white. That's completely up to you. But what I mean is, don't make choices based on other people's opinions. Make choices because you are you and because you want this on your wedding day or because it reflects you. When you want to make some decisions, try not to talk to 30 people about it, but limit the number of how many people you talk to so it's easier for you to listen to maybe one or two opinions. If you think about talking to 30 people and asking 30 opinions, you're going to have 30 opinions, which means you will have to deal with getting out of 30 opinions in your head. So try and make it easier for yourself and limit the number that you're talking to and focus on one element, theme, task at a time. And especially when it comes to your wedding, that is a train. If you've set a date and if you've locked a venue, that's a train that goes and that's non-stop. That project just moves along. So if you're not actually making the decisions, it's going to be very difficult, very challenging for you to be able to enjoy it and actually take time to do it step by step. And if you manage to do that, it's way easier for you to reach it within time, and it's so much easier for you to not stress at the end. Then you haven't piled up this long, huge mountain of tasks to do at the end. So with that said, give yourself a limit of time when it comes to when you have to make the decisions. If you have 3 proposals from 3 photographers, if they haven't given you a time limit, then tell yourself, okay, I will have to make a decision by Friday. Today is Monday. By Friday, I will have had to make a decision on which photographer of these 3 that I will choose. Then it's done. Then the choice is done. You've ticked that off your list. You can move to the next task. But of course, then again, choose a photographer you love, preferably, not just one that you have to choose just to choose one. And one challenging one that comes up a lot, and I can feel it also, you want it to be perfect. I wanted my wedding to be perfect. That was the word that I used. It has to be perfect. But over the working as a wedding planner, you work with a live event, you're working with people, you're working with things that can go wrong, that happen, a mother that maybe forgets something, and then you have to move around on the timeline a bit. It's okay, and it's okay way more okay for you to move in to your wedding day with a mindset of it's all going to work out no matter what. So I want to give you a little friendly reminder that remind yourself that your wedding is about love and commitment. So move away from the perfectionism. Let go of the minor, small little details. If you have a wedding plan, we'll handle it for you. And I will lay up at night thinking about the details on your behalf. So don't worry about that part. No. But really, focus on what matters most. It's easy to get lost in the details, and there are 1,000 things to think about. And you can stress yourself up by even just saying it to yourself that way. But if you focus on what matters most, get back to what is really the point of the whole wedding, it will be way more at ease. So focus on what matters most, and it will be so much easier for you. And of course, it can be challenging to navigate these perfectionists or these negative thoughts. But when you catch yourself thinking, is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? Pause and ask yourself, is this the worst case scenario, or can I relax about it? Is Amanda handling this for me, or do I have to deal with it myself? We will most probably handle it for you, so you can be rest assured and enjoy your wedding planning. But again, refocus on the bigger picture and zoom out, and then again into your wedding day, and think about all the joy that this will bring. And when negative or insecure thoughts pop up, challenge them by asking yourself, is this a fact? Or is this something that's just in my head and might be an assumption? Often we overthink because we imagine worst case scenarios, but reframe them and think about positive, amazing, realistic outcomes. And this is something you can bring into everything. It can be, am I good at this? Should I be doing this? Should we have this at our wedding? Oh my goodness, what if it rains? And again, what if it rains? Do you have a rain plan? I'm not going to stress you out right now, but if you don't, make sure you have one. But these thoughts, like for example, the rain, if you haven't thought about it, if you don't have a plan for what's going to happen there, then that is something that you have to deal with, because that's a fact. If you're scared of your dress ripping or you tripping, that can be a realistic thought, but it can also be an assumption. So my point is, don't walk around being worried about something that hasn't happened yet, and that might, if you walk around with that energy, the only thing that that's going to do is have you worried. It's going to ruin your wedding planning time before your wedding. You're going to walk into your wedding day having these thoughts, being worried, and it's all just a mess. So don't waste your time with prioritizing having negative thoughts about something that is an assumption without knowing that it's a fact. If there's nothing you can do about it, it's not worth spending your time thinking about. If you can do something about it, do something about it, get it out of your system, and move on with your day. And if you do feel that there's a lot of wedding talk these days, the only thing you're thinking about and the only thing you're talking about is wedding, make sure to put in some date nights that are without wedding chats or without wedding talk allowed. Or maybe that's a really nice evening to talk through some things that you actually need to set time aside and think about. But my point is, if it's all too much, put a bit aside. And remember to challenge those negative thoughts and move them around, throw them out the window if they're completely wasteless, and allow yourself to enjoy it instead. And take action even on small tasks. So many people walk around being worried about things because they haven't ticked them off their list, or they haven't bought that item, or they haven't booked that supplier. Move towards checking off those things, doing those tasks that you have to do. You're getting those kilos off your shoulders, which is allowing you to have a way better time. You can enjoy the wedding planning process, and you get it off your list. When you get it off your list, it's out of your head, it's done, it's locked in, and you don't have to spend time worrying about it. One of the best ways to stop overthinking is to take action. Doing something about it builds momentum and creates ease and peace in your mind. And practice mindfulness to stay present. This can be deep breathing, meditation, or just being present with your partner and your loved ones. Mindfulness in general helps you stay calm and reduces overthinking about future possibilities, which means if you actually start today with practicing mindfulness and being grateful for the small things, and I mean small things in your day-to-day life, this will help you, especially on your wedding day. Because if your energy is down here, and I'm showing my fingers for whoever is on YouTube, but if you move on your wedding day, your energy might be up here. Now I have my hand over my head. That means your butterflies and your energy and your vibe is going to be completely different. If you move into your wedding day with mindfulness as your base, you are going to enjoy your wedding day so much more. You're going to enjoy the presence of the people around you. You're going to be so much more at ease. You're going to be able to take it in. And there's a lot. We have brides and grooms that tell me, oh my goodness, when they see their pictures, it's like we can't even remember that this happened. And they're so glad that they had a great photographer there to capture it. There are so many things that happen throughout the day. So practicing mindfulness really, really, really helps. And I don't mean you have to sit down in a yoga position and do it every day. What I do mean is if you don't meditate at all, just doing it once a week from now on will help you. If you're not practicing gratitude, doing it for one little thing today and every day the next days will shift your perspective. And when I do my gratitude for the day, my kids even have it at school. They say their thank you for the day. It's a really nice thing. For me, it's often a hug from one of my kids, a moment we had dancing in the kitchen. It can be that we were cooking together, just everything that you can call a pearl that you can put on a necklace throughout your day. It will really help you walk into your day being a bit more mindful and at ease. You can also journal. You can write down what it is that's scaring you so you get it out of your system, because then you have it out of your head and then you throw it out. Don't worry about it anymore. So my point is, when you focus on here and now, it's so much easier for you to block out the negative thoughts. And especially when it comes to the worries and everything that you're scared that can go wrong. And then again, talk it out with a partner or with a very close friend. When doubts or worries creep in, don't be afraid to talk them through. Sharing your thoughts with someone you trust, like your partner, your friend, or even your wedding planner, can provide you with reassurance or even new perspectives. And these steps will help you with the fun and excitement of your wedding. Let go of the overwhelm and enjoy the process. And a final little tip is for you to start visualizing your end goal. Visualize how that day is going to be. Take it in. Focus on the bigger picture. Why are you getting married? What are you looking forward to? And how incredible it's going to feel for you walking down that aisle and marrying your partner and celebrating with your loved ones. Don't get lost in the logistics. Remind yourself of why you're doing it. And this can also help you with stopping to overanalyzing all the details. I know you want a fun day. I know you want it to be beautifully designed. I know you want it to be safe and calm, and I know you want to be able to take in the small moments, and I know you want to enjoy it and to have it stress-free. So focus on doing these steps so you can have that, or book a wedding planning team that can help you so you're not doing it on your own. And if you don't have a team or a wedding planner that can help you, then delegate some tasks so you get it off your chest. It will lighten your load. And if you did hire a team of professionals, trust them. Allow them to do their job. If you're feeling insecure and they're not doing what they should be doing, then of course, let them know. But trust in the process and trust in the people that really are there making your day the best it can be on your behalf. And if there are some of them that you want to talk to, your photographer, your florist, talk to them. They are there to help you and to guide you, and they have loads of experience. So to do a little recap for you, break down decisions into manageable steps. Set time limits for your wedding decisions. Focus on what matters the most. Challenge the negative thoughts or perfectionist thoughts that come your way. Take action, even on the small tasks. Practice mindfulness to stay present, and talk it out with a friend or your partner. I wish you happy planning. If there's anything we can help you with, I'm always happy to help, and I wish you a great day.